freaking out about it, and so I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll go to Kroger at like midnight, because there's no one else there, and I'll buy a bunch of other shit to mask the fact that I'm just buying condoms. Because you don't like walk in at midnight and just like slam a pack of condoms down and be like, hey man, can you speed up this transaction? I gotta get back before she regains consciousness. Oh yeah, I do have a Kroger Plus card. Save 13 cents, okay. No, so I go in there and I'm like freaking out, like I said, like I overanalyze everything, and I walk in and I start just grabbing all this extra shit to mask, you know, if I'm buying the condoms or whatever, but I'm not looking at what I'm grabbing, which is really awkward. So like I walk up to the guy like at the register, I was like, hey man, where are the condoms at? And he's like looking at my basket, which I don't know what's in it. It's like just like Red Bull, lighter fluid, like Jet magazine. Like, what kind of weird shit is this guy into? Come on, man. For some reason I'm out of breath. Where are the condoms at, man? He points me over, and so I walk over, and in Kroger, for some unknown reason, the condoms are locked in like a glass case, so you can't just get them yourself. It's a complete inconvenience. So like, I had to call for help. And I guess since I'm like this insecure average white person, they just sent the biggest black guy they had on staff to help me out. And he's like, what kind of condoms do you need, man? And I have no idea what I'm looking at all. So I'm like trying to like throw out questions, like try to get some kind of like WikiLeaks of information out of them. You know, and I'm just like, well, I don't know, Jamal. These are for comfort and sensation. These are for endurance and stamina. What do you think? He's just not budging at all. I'm like, I've just seen the Trojans. I've seen them fail on TV before, so I had to take those. Then he asked me a question I wasn't prepared for. He said, hey, what size do you need? Well, let's not be so nonchalant about it, Jamal. It's not a t-shirt. These are going over my penis. What size? I don't know, whatever the polar opposite of you is. How about that? Why don't you sit on there and see one of the descriptions says, will fit over all 4.5 to 5 inches you have and make you last the third chorus line of Boyz II Men's I'll Make Love to You. That's really all I'm looking for. Jesus. And so the next time, I'll just go to the aisle 3 and get a bunch of Ziploc baggies and rubber bands. Because even with the lack of circulation in my penis, there's no way to be more uncomfortable this entire transaction was. Thanks a lot. So that was stressful. So we just stopped having sex. Guys, I made a goal for myself to figure out how a mic stand works for this show tonight. I don't think I've done it yet. We'll get there. We'll get there together. But no, that was pretty stressful. And now we have Christmas time, which is the most stressful time of the year. Oh, it's so exciting. Anybody out there, anybody traveling for the holidays? Hold on. Anybody out there not traveling and having all their family come to them? Raise your hand. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Okay, you guys are good. Because that's the worst part. That's the worst part is traveling for the holidays. No, it's not the worst part?
Having them come over is worse.
False. Because I hate, like, you know, it's just like flying, you have to go to like the airport and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get that joke better.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not having a conversation.
We'll talk about it later.
Somebody get her a mic. No, the worst part, you know, is traveling to the airport, because I hate flying. You know, like, especially if you have to get on like on a plane like that, because I have to pee a lot in a small bladder. Peeing like on an airplane is always awful, because you have to do that like that weird like legs out. Like you're doing some kind of like core strengthening pose or like some kind of like Kegel exercise or something like that. Or like, you know, like, the plane's moving, it's like that Mortal Kombat, just like finish him. That's awful. Like I hate flying. You know, like but sometimes you kind of have to, like, you know, like me and my girlfriend went to the beach a few months back, and we had to drive through Alabama. Which
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay. Which is awful. And then don't get me wrong, my whole family's from Alabama. I love Alabama. But if we're being honest, like, if America is a mattress, Alabama's definitely that piss stain we're trying to hide in the lower right-hand corner. It's a little bit behind the time. Because, you know, when you drive through it, it's awful. It's awful. It's like driving through Alabama. You know, you drive through and you go into the Central Time Zone and you cross the state line, which goes back like 40 years in social and racial equality and stuff like that. It's just awful. I just vowed I would never drive through it again. Like, and I hate flying, but like, I would definitely choose flying over the drive through Alabama again. Like, even if I had to fly on, like, Con Air or something like that. Like I got on the plane and the pilot came on and he was like, hey, how you guys doing, folks? I'll be your captain today. I'm Captain Jihad bin Laden Muhammad. He's taking you guys down to Destin. Just a quick note, we will not be having any in-flight meal today. We'll be having an in-flight sodomy. Thanks to the 2 black porn stars we have serving as flight attendants in the back. For your entertainment, we'll be showing 2 movies today. We have Geely and The Sound of Music, both in German. If that doesn't suffice, you can plug in your complimentary headphones and listen to the theme song from the J.G. Wentworth commercial on repeat. If you don't want to fly with us, you can always drive through Alabama. Sodomy and The Sound of Music for me. I'm going to take that. So, you know, like, you got to travel for the holidays. It's always a fun time, I guess, for the holidays. You know, Christmas is really exciting. But one thing that always, you know, kind of makes me, I don't know, I feel bad for other holidays because they don't have like the same kind of traditions Christmas has, like Christmas movies. I didn't even think about that. Like, there's no really other movies for other holidays until like I didn't realize that until I went home for Easter. And Easter's really big in my family because, you know, like I said, like my mom's a pastor and everything like that. And I went home, and you know, she's all excited. We had the whole family come in, and like, you know, like I don't get to make it home much. And she was like, all right, everyone come in. Like, she's super excited. Calls in the living room. I was like, what are we doing? She goes, oh, we're gonna do some Easter stuff. We're gonna do some Easter stuff. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, we're gonna, like, you know, go Easter egg hunt or dye some eggs. Like, what do we do? And then I walked in there and she had on the Passion of the Christ. And I was like, that's Mom, this is terrible. Like, why are we watching this? And she was like, it's an Easter movie, Chris. Okay, first off, Mom, that's not a real genre of movies. And she's, well, there's Christmas movies. Okay, let me try to explain this to you. There's a big difference between like Ralphie and his quest for like a Red Ryder BB gun versus watching like Jim Caviezel get the shit beat out of him for like 2 straight hours. That's not a real thing. So it kind of sucked because like, you know, I was sitting there like it got me kind of thinking. I was like, I wonder if there's any other like Easter movies on like, you know, during like Easter morning. And so I'm like flipping through the guide and I'm looking through and there was nothing. There was just nothing on. Like, I think there was like a country music channel that was showing like a Moses documentary or something like that. And, like, that was it. But there's like a few channels like weren't even participating at all. Like, just like adamant about not participating in Easter. And like MTV had on a marathon of 16 and Pregnant, which nothing celebrates, you know, the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. Like watching a bunch of unfit, you know, preteens having unprotected sex. So, and I was getting kind of mad. So I was like flipping through channels. Put on TBS, I was like, surely it has to be some kind of like Tyler Perry family-oriented bullshit or something. You know what was on? Easter morning? Flubber. Flubber. Are you kidding me? Flubber? I was pissed. I was like, who's watching Flubber? Who's watching Flubber ever? Let alone Easter morning. Like, pretty sure the only time Flubber ever gets re-aired is at like some kind of rundown like daycare, like a Bally's Total Fitness in like South Georgia. Like, who's watching Flubber? It's like, I was getting pretty pissed. Like, I hit the info button. And I swear to God, it's exactly what it said, verbatim. It said, Flubber, a man-made object that enables people and flies through the air. And I was like, holy shit, that's Jesus. Flubber is the greatest Easter movie of all time. Oh my goodness, thanks God. So, but now we have Christmas. You guys excited about Christmas?
Yeah!
Did you guys ask Santa for herpes?
Not
Just
like
me?
you did.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh
Rich.
man, yeah. Christmas is fun. It's always kind of stressful too. You gotta do the Christmas shopping, which is not that much fun. You gotta go out like some kind of mall. I don't know. It's usually like a retail store. It's always like a war zone going on in there. Like it's like you go into an Old Navy anytime. Like this time of year, it's like you have that like Jenga tower with graphic tees put together by some 10th grader on part-time, like with ADD or something like that. And people, what are people thinking about when they're like going through the clothes? It's like, oh, that's not my size. I don't need that. I don't need that. That's alright. That's my size. Actually, I don't want this. What is going on? And then you gotta go home and you gotta wrap the presents. Which is, you know, listen, guys, I'll give you some advice on presents right now. Alright, first of all, listen. Listen to what your girl wants. I made a mistake a few weeks ago. My girlfriend's birthday, she was so kind to have made me a list of everything she wanted. Even provided links, online that I could just go right away and go buy everything for her. And I was like, no, don't do that, Chris. She had some shoes and some jewelry and other stuff that girls like. I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll go above and beyond. I'll get something outside the box. I know she says, that in the morning she's really cold because our house is so cold. And what I'll do, I'll get her a towel warmer. Let me show you how this unfolded. When I presented her with a towel warmer, it was a lot like this. Hey Chris, did you not get the list? Email, Facebook, Twitter, and handed to you in person? You thought that I didn't want shoes or jewelry. You just wanted to give me like an easy bake oven for our bath towels. You already have a dryer. Why would I need this? Did you decide you were only going to do shopping for me in a Sky Mall magazine? Yeah? So make sure you listen, guys. Also, make sure they wrap the presents. You get to present to anyone else.